Like this is some shit that's been on my mind for a while, and I don't think anyone talks about this because like it's so preached, it's so like pushed in the esports community. I see it all the time on Twitter of people just bragging about how much they work on the game. And I literally saw this one tweet. It was like my order of importance in life. And it was like team practice, demo review, mental health, physical health. Like they put mental health and physical health third and fourth. It's like, dude, like that's so backwards. Like you're literally not going to improve that way, you know, like especially if your physical health's number four. Because like improvement is not just grinding and repetition. Like there's actual scientific like stuff that goes into it, like neuroplasticity, recovery, just like how it is with working out. Like someone who trains 7 days a week is not going to grow as fast as someone who trains 5 days a week, who has actual adequate rest times and recovery times. Like it's all about stress and recovery, you know? And like it's so preached and pushed in the esports community that you have to constantly grind if you want to make it all the best. All they do is grind. The best all they do is eat, breathe, and sleep. Counter Strike. Like it's just not true at all. Like my whole approach to this now currently has been like, I don't know if you guys are into like bodybuilding, but there's like this old bodybuilder named Mike Mentzer. Like there was like some interview with him, and then he was like, the interviewer was asking him like talking about bodybuilding or whatever, and he's like, yeah, most bodybuilders, they'll train 7 days a week, 3 hours a day to like get a physique like mine. And they're like, well, how often do you train? And he's like, about 3 hours a week. And they're like, what do you do during those 3 hours? And he's like, train hard as fuck. And it's like, that's where the gold is, bro. That's where the gains are in lifting, in bodybuilding, and in mental shit like competition, Counter-Strike, esports. Like that's where the gains are, when you have like those periods of intense focus where like you actually bring the like the pure focus to like the pure like high quality practice. Like this is something I've been really doing with myself, is just focusing on getting that high quality practice. Like I'll aim train. I used to aim train like for hours and shit. Wouldn't get me anywhere. And now when I aim train, like I saw some like Rid by the way video, Rid BTW video, where he's talking about like stuff to like improve scientifically. I'll do like the Wim Hof breathing. I'll meditate a bit before I aim train. I'll take micro rests during the aim train. I'll meditate after, take a nap. It's like there's so much scientific shit that you can abuse to like just improve so much faster. And bro, my aim has skyrocketed. I've only been doing this for like a week. It's skyrocketed, bro. Same with like watching demos. Like today I did like a meditation before I watch the demo, and it was like, I'm just gonna do it for 30 minutes and just stay as focused as possible. And when I'm done, I'm done. No long-term grinding, because like it's like the max amount of time you can spend like practicing and learning something is like 90 minutes. After that, there's like no return to the effort that you put in. So you're better off just backing off and just going to do something else that'll give you gains in other areas. So like let's say you do a 90-minute aim train session. Just chill and go hang out with friends, go in public and do something, because then you'll get gains to your confidence and social skills, which also helps you be a better player, because now you can socialize with your teammates and have better communication skills. Like you see what I'm saying? Like it's been like so preached to just fucking grind CS to get better. That's just not true. Like it's living a balanced life, a true balanced life is literally the best way to go about it. It's something I just end up realizing because I was down that rabbit hole, just like fucking grinding all the time. And I hope this like reaches some people, because I feel like a lot of people are spinning their wheels, not getting anywhere. And then they end up just doubling down and working even harder to try and get better at Counter-Strike. And they don't realize that that's the problem, is that you don't have shit besides Counter-Strike. Like it's just a lose-lose to only grind Counter-Strike. It's a win-win-win-win-win-win. Like you play better, you feel better. Life's just better when you have a balanced life, bro. Yeah, that's the other thing too. With Josh Whiteskin, he was talking to someone, and the guy was saying, he's like, what's the 3 most important turns when skiing? And the guy was like, I don't know, when you get off the ski lift and you start going down. It's like the actual most important turns when you're skiing is the 3 before you get on the lift. And the reason because of that is if you make those sloppy on the ride up of the ski lift, when you have like a 5-10 minute ride up, you're going to internalize what you just did, that sloppy skis, that sloppy behavior. So same thing applies to Counter-Strike, bro. Like you want to finish the day with gas left in your tank, and you want to finish the day with high quality practice and high quality work. You don't want to be finishing a day of practicing in Counter-Strike where you're just fucking like playing like shit because you're like so burnt out, because you're going to internalize that bad play, those bad plays that you're doing, that bad behavior. You want to internalize high quality behavior. And I'm not saying this to avoid errors and making mistakes and just play perfect, because errors do teach you what you're doing, but you want to be playing with like high quality and internalize that high quality, and just like that's the gold, bro. That's the gold. You know what I'm saying? What's the 5 most important minutes during practicing Counter-Strike? Let's say a demo review or aim training or a scrim. The 5 most important minutes in all 3 of those are the last 5, because that's what you're going to internalize when you go to bed. Is like, you want to finish with gas left in the tank. You want to finish with high quality work. You should never go to 0. And that's what I started doing because of this, is like, once I lose focus when I'm practicing, let's say aim training, I just stop. I'm like, okay, there's not even any point of training anymore. I'll try and like get that focus back. And if I just like, okay, it's not coming back. Okay, let's stop. There's not even a point no more. It's not high quality practice. I'm not going to benefit from it. I'm better off just going to take a nap or going to chill out and let that high quality practice internalize instead of just going to zero, letting my aim go from like 100% efficiency down to like 60%. And then I just end up finishing the day with, I'm just like, just aiming like shit. And that's the other thing too I wanted to mention. Like, this video is going to be kind of long, but I see a lot of people, and I already fucking know a lot of people are gonna comment down below. It's like, oh well, Stewie did this and so and so did it. Sorry to name drop Stewie, but like they'll mention all these like fucking pros and be like, oh, they did this and they went pro. And it's like, yeah, they did. Welcome to the new meta, buddy. The meta changes. We're in the scientific meta. Same goes for bodybuilding. Everyone used to say in bodybuilding, bro, you're supposed to train 7 days a week, high volume, 30 sets a day, like 4 sets of 12. Like, no, like the research shows max of like 14 sets in a workout. It's all about intensity and bringing that intensity to each set and going to failure. Same goes for mental training, Counter-Strike training. It's all about bringing that intensity. It's not about the amount of reps and the duration of your training. It's about the intensity and then the frequency. The duration is like, it's not that important. You can do 10 minutes. Look at this example right here. Let's say you do 10 hours of training and you're at like 10% efficiency for the full 10 hours because you never take a break. It's just, you just mind numbingly just training 10 hours. 10 hours of training at 10% efficiency turns out to 1 hour of actual training. You can do 1 hour of training at 100% efficiency and save those other 9 hours for other things. And on top of it too, that 10 hours of training is not going to lead to 1 hour of growth because you just internalized 10 hours of bullshit training. It actually makes you regress and atrophy in your training. You know what I'm saying? So like, what I want to like finish this off with is like, just because the pros did it doesn't mean it's right, bro. Like they just grinded thousands of hours in inefficient ways of training, and it just happened. Like they brute forced their way there. Like, yeah, they spent 15,000 hours training really fucking bad. They're gonna improve at a really fucking slow rate though, while you can improve way faster using scientific methods to actually induce neuroplasticity and like actually learn. There's so many people are so dedicated, bro. They're so dedicated to like Counter-Strike and trying to go pro. And like they use that dedication to just grind more and more and more. Instead of focusing on more, focus on intensity, focus on potency of your training, like being in the moment, being in the zone, bro, and just use all your effort towards that. So like instead of grinding for 4 hours aim training, before you aim train, meditate, Wim Hof breathing, and then do some focus train, just look at a dot, and then aim train, and then, you know, take rest, and then meditate after. That's where your effort should be, because you're gonna see so much more improvement that way. Like literally so much more mentally and in game. I'm telling you, bro, like I'm about to change the fucking game. I'm going my own way. I see all these people doing it their way, grinding like crazy. I'm going my own way. I'm about to show y'all how this shit works. I'm gonna be a living example of all this shit too, because I was never the best aimer. I was never the best player. I literally got into Counter-Strike. I got into it competitively because I was the worst in like my friend group, because they played better than me. I was like, fuck, now I want to be better than them. I'm going to be a living fucking example to everyone that you can make this shit. You can make this shit happen. Because y'all seen the streams. Y'all seen the streams from a year ago when I was dog shit aimer, dog shit player. And y'all going to see me 2 years from now when I'm at the major going crazy, being a superstar player. Because it's all about the effort you put in. It's all about the work. Fuck genetics. Fuck everyone who preaches predestination, who like, oh, that you just weren't meant for it. All that like mindset of like either you have it or you don't. It's not about that. It's all about who puts the most work in, bro. Like literally, I'm about to be a living fucking example of this shit. Y'all watch, and you're gonna come back to this video and you're gonna quote me. Sorry, I'm talking my shit right now. I'm talking my shit. Okay, let me reach out. You're doing a smart. Thank you, bro. That's what I'm trying to do, man. Because I'm like, I want to think outside the box. I don't want to be like everyone else, because I see everyone else doing this and I see them going nowhere, and it's like something's wrong with that, dude. Like, I'm gonna look outside the box. I'm gonna see how else I can improve, because there's so much more to going pro than just Counter-Strike, dude. Like it's so much. Like I spend so much time meditating, introspecting. People don't realize like how much time in silence you actually need to improve at this game. Like literal time in silence to sit with yourself. How much time you need to spend like dealing with past mental shit, traumas, disorders, whatever you have, communication skills, emotional regulation, emotional intelligence, like how to talk to other people, you know, like all that shit goes into this, bro. I swear to God. And that's why I'm so focused and adamant on it, is because I don't want to just go pro. I used to think that going pro would make me happy. No, that's just bullshit, bro. Because I'm happy right now. I'm literally so happy right now because I've been working on myself. It's like I want to be happy, go pro, and still be happy. I don't want to be unhappy, go pro, and be unhappy because it's not going to bring you happiness. And the other thing too is that I want to be like the most well put together person by the time I do go pro, so I can enjoy that shit fully. Like I want to be able to be on stage with confidence and talk my shit, like hype the crowd. I don't want to be up there insecure with social anxiety because I used to have really bad social anxiety. I want to be up on stage, like being able to like talk to the interviewers, fucking joke around, make the crowd laugh, like being goofy as fuck. Like I want to enjoy it to the fullest. I don't want to just go pro and be some like nerd up there with social anxiety who can't talk to one, scared of like the interviewer. Like I'm just here to play counter strike. No, I want to live that shit up, bro. I want to live that shit up. So that's why I'm trying to like work on myself. And in the process of working myself to get to that point, I'm seeing it's making me get there faster. You know what I'm saying? So wait, so instead of having 100 hours in 2 weeks, I should focus on practicing more efficiently. 100%. You don't need 100 hours in 2 weeks. On God, you don't. You should put all your intensity into bettering yourself as a person mentally and into the efficiency of your practice. Like literally, dude, my practice is so much shorter now. I just focus on the intensity and being in the zone for like 30 minutes to 90 minutes. No, don't go past that. I think it's like suggested that you have like 90-minute blocks to work on things. Once you're done with that, be done. And you want like usually a couple hours between your 90-minute practice sessions. Pros who only DM would be better if they did what you suggest. No, because it depends. Like if they're focused in their DM and that's like the way they focus the best, then yeah, you could still train that way. Personally, I like to focus on my bottlenecks and like train specific scenarios. I mean, I think they would probably. I mean, if they like really focus on like specific things that they struggle with, and then like yeah, probably I would say so. Like it's kind of like weird for me to say this because I'm not pro, but I think a lot of those people do it wrong, and I'm just like talking from like a place of ignorance because I don't really know what a lot of pros do, but just from like what I hear from people say of just 10 hours of DMing a day, 10 hours of aimbots, 10,000 aimbots, like I just think that's wrong. And I think like a lot of those people just don't really put time into learning other things about how to like get better in Counter-Strike or as a person. Because like when you think about it, like people who want to go pro in Counter-Strike are people who play Counter-Strike a lot. People who play Counter-Strike a lot usually have a lot of problems and aren't like really the most confident and like secure person in themselves. Like they usually aren't the best off mentally. So like you, a lot of these pros, you're picking up a lot of these pros from a pool of people who are just like hurt and broken. You know, so you're gonna see a lot of these broken pros make it, but they're just like really not good examples. You know what I'm saying? Like